Boy, I think it was 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
First Lego movie
like
came
4
out.
years ago, was it?
Yeah, 4 years ago. I remember the first Lego movie came out. I remember. I was mad before it even came out. I said, man, I even told you, I said, man, can you believe this bullshit? they actually releasing a 2-hour commercial to sell us some blocks.
Oh, that's right. That was the feeling.
I really just said, man, what the hell you gonna do with Legos for 2 hours, man?
Plus, you already make all those direct-to-DVD movies anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I told him, I said, man, I ain't no sucker. You know, I went in there. I was like, look, I'll go see it because that's my job. But this is bullshit. That was my rating. I said, this is some more bullshit. We can just cut to the chase.
I'm gonna write it in pen.
Write it in pen. And then we actually went to go see the film.
Yes, overpriced coffee.
That's $37.
Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
And I remember, damn, this is awesome, man. I was like, whoa, let me learn to shut my mouth. That was one of my favorite movies when it came out, man, of that year. The Lego movie.
Help me rescue my friend? You don't want to go anywhere near the Sistar system. It's ruled by an alien queen.
Only the toughest are gonna get out of there alive.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Boy, and really don't get on places like Craigslist if you can avoid it. There are other places that you can go to find a good handyman, like dtmerch.com. A shirt from dtmerch.com fixes everything, Martin. Hey, plug that pipe up with a classic black logo.
And just shove it right in there.
Yeah, just shove it right in. Declog your toilet with
Kung
Fu TJ. Kung Fu TJ. So yeah, we got the backpacks, we got the stew pots, we got the phone covers, and we got the gift of choice with the gift certificates. And remember that we get by with your support, so please subscribe. I don't even care if you don't watch anything. Just subscribe. Give us money. No, we do get by with
Just put it in my hand.
We really do get by with your support and your subscriptions. That's our main way of getting by. That's the way we bring these programs to you. So please, if you can, subscribe. Not for yourself, for the people out there who are deprived of the toasty goodness. You know, they're not as fortunate as you are to get that. You know, it was goofy enough for the kids, and they had enough inside jokes for the adults.
Sure.
And it was very witty. And again,
It was satirical.
It was satirical. You know, the pop culture references were actually clever. Mm-hmm. Chris Miller and Phil Lord, man, they had done it again.
They know how to do that.
And now they got this one out here, and Chris Miller and Phil Lord, they're involved again, man. But they said, but you know what? Only on paper. We got other things we got to do now, like get fired from Disney for trying to make it solo.
Right, because they had them listed as the screenwriters.
That's what I said, on paper.
Oh, okay.
But not behind the camera.
Right.
They went ahead and did it again. Got the Lego Movie 2. And rightfully so, a lot of people are thinking, really, can you make the magic strike twice? I mean, it was one thing to have these other Lego movies out there, but when you got some of the original team who made the first movies as great as it is, there's a chance. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for the Lego Movie 2, another one, or what's the tagline for this?
I honestly don't
Let's
remember.
do it again. You know, the second part.
Oh, the pain. It's getting so cold.
Oh, there's Sharonda over there. She's about to cry. She's back there. She's like, oh, you feel for that little star, Sharonda?
Who are you?
The name's Rex Dangervest, galaxy defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer. I don't get it.
The Lego Movie, the first one, is that it also captured, amongst everything else, what's it like to be a kid playing with Legos.
Sure.
It really brought it back around to that. And watching this movie, it also, I have to say, captures the spirit of playing with Legos. If that kid is ADD and hopped up on sugar, might be insane, probably found mom's cocaine. It's barely, we're barely into one story, and like within 5 minutes, it's just like, and then this happened, and then this happened. Wait a minute, and then we did this, and then we did this, and then I'm like, God damn, let's just stick on one thing for 1 minute, just for a little while.
I don't know how much to say about that. I mean, you're right. It was like, okay, we're going to this, to this, to this. There's not a real flow here. It's
No,
kind of
it's
whatever you think of, as opposed to the first one where it seemed like there was some kind of logic to it. But I get it because with the first one, we're in a boy's mind, and him playing. And here we're with a little girl's mind.
So Martin's saying little girls are crazy.
Well, they just. I'm not saying crazy. I'm not saying crazy. I'm just saying they think a different way.
Yeah.
And their brain pattern and the way their imagination is gonna go is different than mine. So I'm gonna interpret it as this shit is all over the place and not making sense to me.
Yeah, I was like, I know the nigga ain't gonna try to psychoanalyze this right here.
No. Because even beyond all that, just so much of what happens is super convoluted. All right, I don't know how this is flowing. I guess I need to just sit back and just watch it.
And listen, I did like that from the very beginning. It was taken on a child's perspective. As though this one of the things that I loved about this little bit of a spoiler here if you haven't seen the first Lego movie, but this picks up exactly where the last one left off, with an alien invasion from the little sister's toys, the Duplo toys, because the little sister is about like maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I like the way they did the alien invasion here.
We are from the planet Duplo, and we are here to destroy you.
And they start tearing shit up. I mean, seriously, right after they do that, they actually live up to their word. They start destroying the hell out of Bricksburg. It's so adorable, man. those little voices that they have right there. I was like, I was laughing as they were trying to kill people. And if aliens ever attacked and tried to destroy the Earth, if it's this cute, I'm cool with it.
Well, that's where the aliens always blow it because they show up looking ugly.
Yeah, right here. If they're that cute, I don't mind dying. Just saying because
You might mind, but it'll be too late before you realize you should mind.
So don't think I went in here not trying to ride with it because it was I was going along with the nonsense when it made sense. Because there are other things in here that I can praise this for too. I love that since you have that setup, that they just pushed it all the way to like Mad Max territory. Like these cute aliens come in, and they start destroying things, and they say, yeah, we were no match for the great cuteness invasion. And from that point on, Brickburg has been turned into a wasteland. Like they went Mad Max with it.
Right.
And actually, and the funny thing about it, because I like the way they set it up, because
Thunder Road Mad Max, too.
yeah, exactly, man. I mean, we talking about like cannibals and shit, but Emmett, voiced by Chris Pratt, he's still dumb as fuck, man. He's still. I mean, it's a horrible wasteland. People out there on mohawks and motorcycles and axes and weapons, and he's still just walking around singing that same goddamn song.
And I say, what a morning. It's always morning. Everything is awesome.
Hey, Surfer Dave! It's Chainsaw Dave now!
And at this point, you really do want somebody to kill him and put his head on the hood of their car. This is where I really realized how annoying Emmett is to everybody.
Wait, that didn't occur to you in the first one?
I was kind of with Emmett for a little while at first because, well, I like the song.
Okay.
In the first movie.
Okay.
When it was in the right environment. But here,
right.
with people like dying and people living in sewers, I mean, and Emmett just walking around like oblivious to anything that's going on, I was like,
that's his white privilege.
Yeah. What I like about it though is that and I'm joking because it's meant for him to be annoying because
Sure.
I like the way because Lucy, voiced by Elizabeth Banks, I love that that's something that comes between them. It's a great setup with that because. I mean, they're in the Lego apocalypse, and Lucy's like, would you please, just for once, just for a little while, just grow the fuck up. Just be a man. She's like, I don't know how long I can, I don't know how much longer I can do this.
I know. I might have to break up with you.
And so they set up the stakes. this couple that you rooted for, I mean, I know it's sounding crazy because they're Legos, but this couple that you rooted for when they got together, now their relationship is being threatened because just like any relationship where people have been together for a while, they start to discover like, wow, we really aren't as compatible as I thought we might be. I thought that's pretty cool, man. That's one of the underlying themes in this movie, you know, that I thought without being too pop culture referencey or trying to be too clever. This was one of the more subtle things for adults.
Oh, sure. That basic premise of where they are.
Oh yeah. I thought, you know, that's kind of cool that they would do that.
Well, and also it's not really at the forefront because there's so many other things competing for what the real theme of this movie is.
Exactly. So I was ready to kind of explore that with them, but
yeah, well, too bad.
I know because I was like, man, okay, I'm with this, man. Wow, they're really doing some deep writing right here. And then the toys came down, and a space woman flies in and kidnaps the Lego people. Then they go to a glitter planet, and meanwhile, you got Emmett here who's talking to himself. I guess that they're talking to himself, which is just another version of himself with more Chris Pratt jokes, including a spaceship full of velociraptors.
Yeah, velociraptors.
A spaceship full of velociraptors where they got to get together and go stop this wedding with Batman and this creature. And I was like, that's when I looked down at my phone because I know the running time in this. The running time before I went in because to plan the show we need to get in here. It was 1 hour and 47 minutes. Everything I just told you, kidnapping, glitter planet, the velociraptors, Batman, creature, all that shit. It was barely 30 minutes, man. I was like, no, no, don't do it. It was at the end of a Twilight Zone. I was like, no. I was like, well, if this is the first 30 minutes, what the hell are we?
Yeah, what's going to happen? What, another hour and 17 minutes?
Another hour and 17 minutes.
I was on board with this. I mean, maybe I'm just missing out, but I was just like, man, this is frantic and repetitive, and the jokes just nearly aren't as clever this time. And they're throwing in some pop culture references here and there, but they're kind of tired, and they're spending a bunch of time on Batman, and the songs aren't as good. Not only are they not as catchy, but they have a song this song is gonna be stuck in your head. It's like, no, it ain't. I don't know who told you that.
Shit, Mark went home and went to reprogramming.
You really overestimated the writing on this song.
Yeah, there's a song with Tiffany Haddish where there is a certain clever thing that happens with it, but it's not a very strong song. Just like with real Lego blocks, man, you tear that shit apart and just recycle it.
Yeah.
So I guess y'all were very, you were very authentic that way.
And of course, with Legos, the fun you had when you first played with them is not the same fun you have 4 or 5 years later.
No, because see, I get it, man. I get what they were doing. I mean, with with them having the kids introduced in the very beginning, because with the first movie, they kind of hinted that this is a real like these Legos are actually being controlled by real people,
right,
a real child,
right,
or children. But now this is out in the open right here, and so we know that that's what's going on. So that's good because this is how kids play, especially the younger they are. It's very random. They have very short attention spans. Anything goes. Damn, Dad is tired. This is like playing Legos with your kids, and you just kind of like, I got shit to do. Right? I mean,
it really is.
I hate to say this to a kid, but if you're not gonna take this seriously, I'm gonna go to work.
I find with both movies when they finally get to their big message with the actual live people to say, hey, look, this is all about this, and this is what we're saying. It get to the end, I go like, hey, I kind of like what you've done here, but I don't agree with your message at all.
Okay. I want to know I would love to hear that. I know we can't say it right now, but I would love to hear what the messages you got from it. Because for me, man, it's just all this stuff is happening. It's almost overwhelming how what's happening, and yet it ain't going nowhere.
No.
You mean to tell me you got about 5 different stories going on, and we still in the same spot right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. And you know, it's not that it isn't working in parts for me, in all its insanity. You know, like I said, man, you know, Rex Dangervest, which is the doppelganger, the sexy and more chiseled doppelganger,
The grown-up.
the grown up one of Emmett. Both of them voiced by Chris Pratt. You know, I found that funny. Because you see, the joke is like, you know, he's an archaeologist, he's a cowboy, he's a raptor trainer.
He's everything a little boy wants to be when he grows up.
And exactly. And he's everything that Chris Pratt has been. So, man, it really is him just kind of making fun of himself.
Right.
Excuse me.
Except he's not really making fun of himself.
Well, you know what? I think he's just like, listen, you know, I'm gonna be fat again one day.
They already dogged me out in the last Avengers movie.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. But you know, and like I said, they really push it, man. How ridiculous some of it is. Like, I love it that he's been in a spaceship full of velociraptors who would just like work in a place like that, an office, like they're on computers and drinking coffee, bringing him memos and shit.
Right.
And the way they even animate him, like there's one velociraptor lifting weights, and he's just got a weight in his mouth, and they just animated the way he just rocking back and forth. Like the lazier it is funnier. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
So I did like that. And as much as I'm talking about Tiffany Haddish's song, you know, she plays the shape-shifting alien block that on the star planet, the glitter planet that they're on. You know, I mean, she's there with every time they got, you know, a black voice in the movie. It's always sassy, but
yeah.
Tiffany Haddish is sassy too. So, and she's built a career on that.
Sure.
So I didn't mind her.
She's okay. She doesn't really bring anything to that role. It's just the voice, but it's fine.
She's having fun doing it. So I thought, yeah, it's not a huge thing, but at least she's having fun with it. In the middle is that's some of the absurdity that worked in the first movie starts to work for me, because some things just get weird. That was one of the things I liked about the Lego movie. It wasn't that some of it was clever. It was just weird, and like really anything goes. And once they get to that planet, which I was dreading at first, and really it does have its awkward moments as far as I think storytelling. There were some things that happened that really had me laughing hard, man, because they were just so unexplainably bizarre.
Get a hot gem massage. Then an exfoliating flower beatdown. Popsicle face mask and peel. Room temperature stone contusion. Vegetable observation.
Vegetable observation. I'm gonna lie, I laughed hard at that. And that was me, man, because I was like, I don't know what that means. But there's a carrot staring at her ass, judging her. You know, is vegetable observation an actual treatment?
Fuck would I know?
Okay.
I never heard of that.
Thank you. I just like maybe I'm missing something, because that's so weird. But I laughed at that. And when they start doing stuff like that, like this vampire out of nowhere, and you know what, all these weird treatments that they're giving them, I said, okay, you know something. If we're gonna get bizarre with this, we're gonna get weird and be nonsensical. I like what they're doing right here. There's too many wild ideas happening all at once, lacking focus, and I think that's what's taking it away from the first film. But the real threat of the movie isn't introduced until a little bit after halfway of the film too, and it's at that point that I thought, you know what, this is actually working for me now. The middle part of this film starts becoming clearer, and it starts to make the stuff at the beginning of the movie work. That's where because in the middle of the movies, when they introduced the main threat, that's when they start to bring in that spirit of playing with blocks, being a kid playing with blocks. It took a long time to introduce that, because in the first film you don't know that, so they really focus on the story.
Right.
And they got to reveal. And I actually started to enjoy it from there once they got back to that thing that captured the spirit of the first film. And you know something, it's hard to capture what the first movie did, because it's just not going to have the same surprises. When they introduced, there's a certain character that they put in there, and they're like, oh shit, they put my man in there.
Relax, everybody. I'm here.
Batman? Awesome!
Who are you here to see?
I'm here to see your butt.
Oh my gosh.
And he, you know, that was that ruthless ass Batman that we hadn't seen before, and he was a Lego.
Right.
We've had that Batman. We've had Batman his own Lego movie.
Yeah.
Shit, we getting tired of him in the real Batman, you know. And so
Yeah, I honestly, that was one of my problems with this movie, where I was like, really, we got to spend so much time focusing on Batman again.
Yeah.
There's other Legos. There's other superhero Legos here.
yeah, but that it really did come in and say like, but this is the one. This is the one
I
that's
know.
making money.
You're right. You're right. And I can imagine. Okay, it's this boy's favorite Lego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why
so
wouldn't it be his?
so
favorite
I
Lego?
got it, yeah,
I
you
guess
know.
so. But so often I have to make those mental concessions. I have to go like, well, there is this. Well, okay. You can't capture the spirit of the first one because that one's so fresh. Although Will and Lord did it with 22 Jump Street, so you can't say it can't be done.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, what are their names? Channing Tatum and Channing Tatum. God damn it! I knew I was gonna do that.
I know Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill.
I just get all perplexed when I think Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. They're made of flesh and blood. It's kind of easy to do that. Legos is a hard thing to repeat, man. The reason why I say that it's hard to repeat is because of what we were saying. Because in the first one, it surprised everybody that they were able to tell such a good story. A lot of that story depended on like the reveal that, oh my God, a child is really playing with these toys, and this story has worked out. No wonder it's been so crazy, because the story has worked out in a random way a kid plays with a toy. We go into this one knowing that twist now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think that keeps it from being fresh. You just build from there and do more.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Yeah.
and yeah, like you say in the first Lego movie, while I'm not a big fan of it, I still appreciate it and like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one that before the reveal, I was like, hey, this is a good quality movie and way better than what I expected it to be. And then
Yeah.
the reveal comes, I'm like, oh, that's okay. That makes all that even better. So now I come to this one and I'm like, okay, I know what the setup is, but man, I'm not digging this. And I know what this is now, and it should just work for me. I enjoyed the third act. When it finally comes together and they get to the people and show you what it's all about, I was like, you know, okay, that now they're sticking their own message. Everything is coming together, and I'm liking this better. And also I can start to feel that it's starting to wrap up. That helps a lot. But at that point I was like, all right, I wasn't liking this so much before. But this part, I'm walking away with a good feeling about it. However, except for the fact that in the end, it's just repeating the same thing that it did before. Not that it's a thing where you get to live people, but it's like, hey, it's that same message again.
From the middle on, everything started to work for me. Even like I said, it didn't work completely, but in the beginning, everything started to be a little more cohesive. And I know that everybody's is not gonna like the second half as much as I do. I know the ending is not going to kind of reach them like it did me, because I really did think it was a sweet ending that they had.
No, it is a sweet ending.
And
like I said, it's the best part of the movie.
And I really liked it. If you can bring it back to what worked in the first one, even for a little bit, I'm not going to like it as much. But I did find myself, okay, as I've said this before, if you're going to be weak, you're going to have one part of the movie that's weak and another part that's strong. Start out with the weakest part.
Yeah.
End it with the stronger part, and have me walk out with something that I can emotionally attach myself to, or something good I can attach myself to. And I think that's what I did with this for myself. And again, I don't even think the second half works completely all that well, because I got a request for a lot of people out there. Can we just take a break from time travel for a little bit? Because every time we time travel, all y'all got to act like Back to the Future is the only time travel thing out there.
No shit.
You know, there's other shit. And they mention some other things here. But
they mention all those other things, but they got to get Back to the Future in there.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause, y'all know that there's some other. Let's do some time traveling. Y'all just act like Back to the Future don't exist.
Right. Yeah. If I could time travel, you're like, well, there's baby Hitler, but I got to get rid of Back to the Future first.
I'm gonna take out Robert Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis just starts disappearing. What's happening? Martin takes his mom. Yeah. Robert Zemeckis comes out half black. They have a time travel thing in here. I don't think it works completely. And plus, like I said, man, I'm kind of taking we need to take a break from referencing Back to the Future every time you talk about time travel. We don't need that.
Well, it also has this tendency that's happening a lot lately, but really in this movie, that when you get to the explanation of the time traveling character, there's a lot of explaining it and over-explaining it. Over and over and over. It was like,
Yeah.
fucking got it, man.
Yeah.
And I know I'm an adult. Everybody's not going to get it, but you've explained this like 4 or 5 times now.
And have you noticed that even when they explain it, the movie gives up. They're like, "Well, this is complicated. You don't need to know."
Right.
Like, well, then shut the fuck up. Then why'd you bring it up? Will Arnett is still funny as Batman. I mean, we've seen him so much, but
The jokes are getting old.
But the jokes are getting old. It's like I think Will Arnett makes a great Batman, but the writing for that character is starting to get repetitive.
Yeah.
I listen. I mean, you could tell from both of us, regardless of what our ratings are, and they might be different. I have a feeling they will be, but I think both of us agree that no way that this is as good as the first one. I don't know why this is so scattershot. The beginning of this movie, I don't know why it's so hard for them to just concentrate on a couple of things and make it a little more cohesive. I think because to me that's what I think the problem is with the movie. I think it's a weak beginning. But in time becomes a proper successor, at least in the second half, or at least near the end to the first. Just too bad it couldn't capture that through the whole movie for me. So I'm giving it a low matinee. I did enjoy that thing. I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't even dance or kick, tapping my feet during the credits.
This falls short in so many different ways. Where, like you said, they're writing, which is the thing I most attach myself to in films, and it's just not there. But with the first movie, I liked the first act and didn't like the second act, but came around to really liking the third act. That's almost the case here, except the first act I didn't even like that much.
Yeah.
It's only in the third act where I go like, all right, now this has come together in a way that keeps me from going, this was a painful experience. For me, it's a high rental.
High rental, okay. Well, just touch it, Martin.
almost.
If we just had one more Lego piece to bridge the gap right there.
Maybe 3.
Martin just comes and just knocks my shit over.
Honestly, I was so like, God, when is this going to be over? And then I got a phone call that I had to step out and take. And I came back and just stood on the side and watched the rest. And just that little bit of a refresher was enough for me to go like, all right.
I know. Now here's what Martin says, man. Why you watching me? You need to watch the movie. But I saw you get up, and I got to tell you, man, you look like you were ready to leave. You look like, man. Thank God for this phone call. You look so relieved, man. You moved with a mission, man.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. That back was all hunched. You were just scrambling to get out of there. I said he better bring his ass back in. Did you hear the dude laughing on my end?
Oh, yes, I did.
Well, I know somebody who would have given this a better than sex.
I
There
know.
was some dude with a beard who was sitting on the corner.
You know what? I didn't see him, but I knew he had a beard.
You did? One of them spontaneous laughs, like he'll be sitting up there calm. Like I saw the dude. I didn't even think he was liking the movie. And he just sitting up there just watching.
Yeah, he had one of those laughs that when I would first hear it, I thought he was laughing but sarcastically. Like, ha ha! Well, I was like, but then, oh, ha ha ha! I was like, oh, he's sincere. Damn.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I really hope you hit the subscribe button. And if you love what we do, then I hope you check us out at doubletoasted.com, our main site, where you'll not only find a longer form version of this video, but also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com, and remember to always stay toasty.